Toastmaster Shrestha, and his evaluator, Toastmaster Rupa, to highlight his role.
Highlight his role?
Sorry, highlight his objective.
Once again, good morning all of you. Toastmaster Shrestha Pradhananda is on his project 1 from level 3. His objective is to propose of the project is for the member to learn about different types of negotiation and the strategies that can be used when negotiating. And next is the member to share some aspect of part or future negotiation in his or her life. Best of luck, Toastmaster Shrestha.
Hello, Toastmaster. Let's introduce the only level 3 speaker of our club, Toastmaster Shrestha, with the title One Instance of Negotiation.
How many of us think that a good negotiation skill can add value to your professional life? How many? Yes. Yes, okay, many of us, right. A good negotiation skill can add value not just to your professional life, but to your personal life as well. Good morning, presiding officer, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests. I have been looking at academics of one college affiliated to Purvanchal University. In the last convocation, we bagged 3 gold medals. I think our team deserves a round of applause. Okay, and that caused for a celebration. Off we went for to the game. It was a night out. All the academicians and administrative staffs. So, yes, it was a brisk, small meeting, and after that, there was the floor was open, so everybody was drinking, singing, and I don't know why people are so flawless in their English language when they drink. Okay, so that was the case. So a late night dinner, late breakfast, heavy breakfast, and off we came to Kathmandu. So I was driving because I have to reach the home on time. So I pumped up the accelerator and we reached Gwarku. I have to drop my friends at Kumaripati. We took a shortcut. I was driving and bang, a scooter hit my car. It hit my car, it bumped my bumper, and it was in front of my car. I smashed the brake, I put stomp onto my brake, and yes, he was safe. I opened my door, and with some murmuring beep sounds, I went in front of my car, and he was trying to flee. I grabbed the backrest of the scooter. He was trying to flee, but he noticed that I was grabbing it, so he stopped. And I am Nepali. I know what to do after accident. I grab the keys and take custody of his keys because I was in the right side and he smashed my vehicle from the wrong side. He came and one of my friends, he called the traffic police, and the man, he came to me and said, park your vehicle in the corner and we can negotiate. The time he said negotiate, I know he was a good negotiator, and I had to be careful about him. So I didn't move my car because I was in the right side, because I had to click some photos, and in the meanwhile the traffic police came. The traffic police saw the things and said, yes, the scooter, it was wrong, it was in his wrong lane, so that's why it was his fault, so he has to bear all the expenses. So after saying that, the person who was riding the scooter, he said that, okay, I'll pay all the expenses, but you have to come to my office tomorrow. Okay. So I asked for his official documents, but he said that I don't have any document. Okay. So that was a concern. So I said, okay, we exchanged the car and we left. Then I went to my garage, okay, my mechanic, and I asked him what will be the cost. He said that you have the crashed wheel cover and you have turned your bumper, it will cost around 5,000, and there was a minor scratch, it was just 4,000. 5,000, so it was total 9,000. So that means I didn't care about the scratch because we live in Nepal. I don't know how these scratches emerges every day. Right? When we park the car, all the scratches are happening. So I didn't care about the car, but the things that the bumper and wheel cover had to be made. I said, okay, so I had to go there. I knew that he is a good negotiator, so I took some time in afternoon. I went to his office. There he was in his office. He didn't keep me waiting. He called me in his office. He talked about his company and how his company is adding value to the society. Okay, I was also impressed. Then I came to the main point. I said, I went to my mechanic and 9,000, this is the quotation. Okay. The 9,000 is the cost, I say. Okay. He said, okay, I'll bear only 50%. So I laughed from inside. I knew that it was his negotiation skills. He had called me in his office for that thing only. So I laughed. I said, okay, you give me just the half of the money. And he said, let's round it up. I'll cut the check of 5,000. It's okay. So I took the 5,000 rupees check. I shook his hand, and I said that the remaining 4,000 is for our friendship. So we meet each other. I think we can add value to ourselves. So this is a very short transaction. It's a small transaction, but we can have a great deal of things, negotiation skills you can see from this one instance of negotiation. First, always think of win-win situation. Every time it's not utopia. Okay, so you try to have win-win situation. The second part is always give time for negotiation and set your goals for negotiating. The third part is always choose a neutral place rather than going to your place. If you want to negotiate, please try to call them to your place rather than going to their place. And the third part is, as Robin S. Sharma said, be soft as a flower but hard as a rock for your principles. Thank you.